Welcome back to our farm here in Kandelin and Farming Simulator 22. Alright guys, we are picking up right directly where we did last episode. I didn't even stop the harvester because if you saw last episode, then you know we are on a serious time crunch of the most epic degree here on this field. So I will introduce the episode as we continue doing what we got going on here. Alright, so we are doing a soybean harvesting contract. We took out a couple episodes ago. There's been some things come up that got in the way, got in the way of completing this. We are here at the very end of October, at the very end of the last day in October, and there's rain in the forecast an hour from now. And we have, there's been a lot of things that came up. If you've seen the previous episodes, then you know, and if you haven't, maybe check them out. We had issues fertilizing our field. We had to get our field fertilized, because our wheat field, because it's the last day of October. I wanted to get that done before the shadows got too long. Well, we had issues getting that done because finding the right tires that wouldn't hurt our crops. And then we got on this as fast as I could because I knew that time was running short, and that's about when I saw that there was rain forecast. It's forecast for, well, an hour from now at 8 o'clock. Yeah, and let's see what else. Well, oh yeah, and then I went to take the first load of the harvest here to the drop-off point, which is in the town of Bisdorf, which is 2 towns away, and it's quite the journey. And it was a very interesting trip trying to find that place. It didn't really get lost, but once we got to the town of Bisdorf, it took me a couple turnarounds to find the correct road, and of course everything's in German, so it took me a minute to find the correct building. Well, so that was an adventure. That was last episode, taking the trip over 2 towns over, way down yonder. Well, we got back on track, but time is as ever of the essence, picking up here in today's part as we try to get this done. And boy, I just don't know, because when the rain comes, here's the issue with that. It's not a definite hard stop per se. It's supposed to rain for an hour. Now, the weather forecasts in this part of Germany are pretty accurate. So when it says it's going to start raining at 8 o'clock, you can pretty much bet that's when it's going to rain. And it says it's only supposed to last an hour. Now, during that time, we will be hard locked out of harvesting. There's nothing they can do about that. And after the rain, it could be muddy. So I've been really pressing it, trying to get this done before the rain comes. But so that's kind of to recap. But the thing is, it's not exactly a hard stop. Not necessarily. After it's done raining at 9 o'clock, there's still technically 3 more hours in the day. Okay, that wage payment you saw up there, that is because last episode I was fiddling with the controls and I accidentally hired a worker. I'm sure you all have had that happen. That's what that $1 wage payment was. I'm doing all this work myself. We didn't hire anyone out. That's just anyway, so it still leaves us 3 hours in the day. Let's get turned around here real quick. But how muddy will the field be? I don't know. And I'd rather not have to worry about that coming up. So, welcome to this chapter, today's episode, where we are rushing the clock so very literally. And if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm really trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, if you enjoy watching the videos here, and I certainly hope you do, then make sure you're subscribed. That one little click really helps out the channel a lot, and the reason specifically is because at 1,000 subscribers, I can unlock basically the rest of the features that I want to have on this YouTube channel. It's because of the way YouTube works now. We've got several thousand watch hours, and I thank you guys for that very much. The last requirement that we need is, I need 1,000 subscribers. And if you guys think that the videos are good and you think I work hard enough for it, by all means, please click that subscribe button. All right, anyway, back to what we're doing here. I just wanted to throw that in there because it is really important. It's really hard to say if we're going to make this or not. I really can't say. I've been trying to figure it the entire time, just guesstimating. And we've got less than an hour. Before too long, we're going to have to run this truck down to the town, Bisdorf, Now, luckily, one thing I said last episode, and I can say this confidently, because it was so difficult to find last time, you bet your bottom dollar, I know exactly how to get to that town now. You know, say what you want about not using a map and following directions, but when you work hard to find a place, how to drive to a place, you know you can get back because, yeah. I was just going off of other farmers' directions and roads that I think I'd been on once. I'd been down to that town one time before. Searching my memory and working with directions, I definitely learned the way there than you ever would, way better than you ever would looking at a map. So I know I can get there, and it's a pretty drive to get there. A pretty long drive. It is a pretty long drive. I think in game time it took about 10 minutes on the way back. So if that gives you an idea, 30 miles an hour at 10 minutes, I think that's about how long it took to get back. Of course, that's with this time scale we have here, which, yes, it was sometime last episode. I did tick down the game scale a little bit, the time scale, sorry. I did tick down the time scale. That was during last episode. It was somewhere when I was making the delivery over in Bisdorf, I did. And that's because I knew we were on time crunch, and I'm still, with the current time scale of 2, still not sure we're going to make it. I'm going to try. There is always the option of I can turn it down farther. Of course I can. But I could do a lot of things to make the gameplay easier, but where's the fun in that, right? And at the rate this is going, it's certainly a challenge, but we've also certainly taken a hunk out of this field. Bigger, better equipment, always on the list of things. But as we're just starting our farm out here, this is good. And more importantly, this is not rental equipment, of course. Even though this is a contract, this is our equipment. There's something so much more satisfying about doing a contract with your own equipment. But the day will come when we upgrade, and I will have to sell this tractor, this harvester, and I will regret that because we've had some good times already just on this field. The last time I was at the tippers here, offloading, that was last episode. The last time I was there, we were right at 50% on the fill. So should be one more of these loads into the trailer and we can take it to the store. I'm trying to think what I will do if, what if we don't make the time? Do I trust that the field will be passable after the rain? Do I push every boundary to get it done before it rains? Or do I just have blind faith that we can do it after the rain? That's such a tough decision I'm trying to figure out right now. I think I can make it down to these trees. I want to get as much as I can in this hopper. I mean, the time crunch, is so real. It's like, if I'm going to stop, if I'm going to stop for 30 seconds to empty my hopper, I want to make sure that time I'm sitting there stopping, I'm unloading as much as I can. And I think that's going to be right up here at this corner because I don't want to waste the time turning around if I don't have to. Come on, brakes. Oh, really? Depth perception problems there, apparently. All right. Come on, brakes. All right. Looks like we might... Yeah, looks like we're going to fill the front one. Whoops. Wrong button. There we go. Yeah, come on. There we go. Let's see what our fill is, but I'm sure it's going to take another hopper out of the harvester. What's that? What do you think? What's the time? Now let's go. Because here's my thinking. Let's get back in the machine as quick as we can here. My thinking on this is we're barely going to beat... we're not going to beat the rain at this rate. I really don't think so. And so my thinking is, even if it won't all fit in the tippers, as much grain as we can get in the hopper, is better. If we're not going to make the time limit, which I don't see it happening, let's have as much grain as possible sitting in this thing so that it's off the field, right? Because when it's raining, we can't... Yeah, exactly. So, the thing, we lucked out in one place, and that's right here. that it's only supposed to rain for 1 hour. I mean, that is our saving grace. Oh, look, there is an October 3rd. Okay, I just noticed that. So here's the deal with that. Last month, I changed the ice. Last month, I saw that there was going to be just a lot of work to do, that these are really big fields. And it was last month where hang on, I'm just kind of adjusting my steering here for this. I turned it to 3-day months last month, and it didn't take effect last month, and I thought it might take effect this month. I think I mentioned that earlier, but there was no way to see for sure, because last month, all of these months right here in the weather forecast, they still said they had 2 days on them. I wasn't sure until, well, obviously just now I saw that. Okay, so, well then, that changes things a bit now, doesn't it? That does indeed. You know, there was a lot of ways I could have cheated that. I could have slowed down time even more. I could have done all kinds of things. I could have probably changed the weather if I wanted to, but I don't want to push it to that limit. This is farming. We farm. We get done what we can do. And I was about to lose the time race with that rain. And yeah, well, you know, yeah, you were here. I just saw that. Because I checked last month. After I said it, I checked. I don't know if I showed in that episode or not, but I checked to see if it was going to tell me, and it didn't. Well, it did now. So we didn't win the race, but we're not going to lose the harvest. We can finish this tomorrow. I think 3-day months is the way to go on a map with fields of this size. So here's what we're going to do. So that's out of the way. That's good. There was quite an intense bit there at the end of last episode, and then this episode so far. That's cool. So we know that, and look how much we got done in this harvest. That's great. So that means after this run here, we got time. So after this run, we're going to haul this down to Bisdorf. We'll have a nice, pleasant drive now that we know where we're going. We can enjoy all the beautiful sights of MV, Germany. I'm called MV because Mecklenburg-Vorpommern or something. I can't pronounce the region we're in, but it's a beautiful region of Germany nevertheless. And sorry for my butchering there. I don't speak the language. But that makes it more fun too. So we're going to take a beautiful drive down to Bisdorf, and we can finish this up tomorrow and bask in the glory of all the things that we have and got done in this amount of time. That said, if you've been with me on this map for the last few episodes, who knows what could happen next. So there is that. Just because we're out of the water with this doesn't mean Murphy's Law won't rear its head again. You know what I mean? Hey, but that's definitely some weight off my shoulders there. So once we get back to the tipper, we'll run this down to Bisdorf. And let's see, I got a tractor that I left out in the field by our wheat field. There was a bit of a hassle with that 2 episodes ago with our tires crushing the crops, and I had to try a couple different tractors in that field to see which tires would work. So anyway, long story short, if you weren't here, there's a tractor down there that we need to get back to our farming, our tractor park. I don't want to leave it out there. You know, a busy public road right next to the store, and I probably left the keys in it. So we're going to get that tractor back home. I was kind of looking forward to seeing if we could handle this after the rain. I mean, I'll be honest, it's almost kind of a disappointment. I was kind of looking forward to the adrenaline rush of seeing if I could chug this thing through the mud. How much mud would there be? Could we do it? I was kind of looking forward to that, but don't worry, something else will come up, guaranteed. Always does. But this is a $27,000, good, decent paying contract, and we're just starting out a farm. It's good to know that we're going to get that money, and we'll have something else to worry about next month. I'm certain of it. So yeah, this will be a nice drive down there. Now that I'm not, pushed for time, it'll be a great drive down there. I am going to leave the harvester out here. I mean, it's not like I'm not worried about leaving the equipment out here. The tractor, though, it is sitting by the road, and we will take it back home. All right, so that is that. Let's get this loaded up. This should pretty well fill our tippers here. Oh, don't hit the tipper. And right before the tree. Come on. There we go. Oh, it's wanting to creep on me. Where's the parking brake? Oh, come on. Yeah, it is. It's seriously creeping forward. Okay, there. I think we got it set. All right. And, whoa, look at that. 5% left. Yeah, that was pretty much... We could just pretend I did that on purpose because I knew that was going to fill it. You can just pretend that. All right. Oops. As always, my left turn signal's on. All right, there we go. Harvester's parked. It's going to be good sitting here. Let's get this down to Bisdorf. Should be a beautiful drive. All right. Headlights, check. Beacon, check. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's on. All right. This is a great tractor. I mean, if you were here last episode, this thing handles the roads really, really well. It's a joy to drive this tractor. Whoa, whoa. Let's go slow, though. We've got, well, you can see we've got about 25 tons of weight behind us. Let's take it a bit easy here. All right. Yeah, it's a gorgeous drive. It'd be a lot prettier, yeah, if these fields had crop in them. I don't know, the fields, once they've been harvested and they got lime on them, it's just kind of bleh, you know. I like the pretty green colors. All right, so we're leaving the harvester there. We're going down to Bisdorf, and then why not? We'll take the scenic route back. It's actually a great idea. We'll take because that'll take us right by where we left our tractor, and we can move it to a better spot. We can park it over at the shop and then continue on home. That way we're not leaving our tractor out, or we could simply move it to a better spot back in the back of the field. It's just that the tractor's parked out by the highway. I'm not a fan of having it there. So yeah, we'll take the scenic route on the way back. When I say scenic route, well, I'm not a fan of maps. If you saw the last episode, you know I'm not a fan of maps. The scenic route is going to be, well, this is a big area. All the way around, it's really not any longer. In fact, it could be shorter because we're going northeast. Well, no, technically, yeah, we're headed really kind of northeast across the area here. And when we get to Bisdorf, we'll be kind of central east, so we're just going to go ahead and follow that up north up to the main road and take that, but kind of just loop, you know what I'm saying, is we're just going to kind of continue to loop back to our farm. That'll take us right past our tractor. That's our case, our front end loader. That's where we left it. We'll stop by it and get it parked in a better spot and then continue on the way home. But for now, we got a bit of a drive, and kind of interested to see how much progress on the contract this will give us. Pretty wide roads, right? Yeah. And this is a real region in Germany, of course. It's down in the description below. Compare it to Google Maps and you'll see that it is spot on. So yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous out here. I love areas like this. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get caught in the rain, but luckily we got us a comfy tractor cab here. And there's some kind of something up here. Yeah, right here. I don't know what that building is. So we want to take this left fork up here. I wasn't sure about that. If you saw last episode, you know I wasn't sure about that, but it was the right way to go. And from here, it's pretty easy. You kind of just follow the yellow signs. Yeah, I don't know anything about road signs in Europe, but you learn pretty quick. At least here, the yellow signs point to towns. Maybe it sounds like a silly thing if you live in Europe, but in America, that's not so. They would all just be green. Any sign pointing anywhere is green in America. You know, I mean, if it's, you know, yeah. I don't know what all those other words were on those other signs. I don't know if those were street names or no clue. But I know we're going this way. Whoa, hey there, car taking up half the road. Yeah, watch out. We got us a big tractor here. Yeah, it's a very nice looking tractor, but it's a lot easier to drive from the cab, as you can see. And yeah, that's why I'm using this camera here, because tight space through the trees, tight twisty road, and 30 tons of grain. And these cars, well, I'm sure they're going the speed limit, but these cars are going the speed limit, so we don't want to get in an accident. Now, up here, this is Bisdorf, and here's where we missed that turn. Well, that's not going to happen this time, of course. Going out of town from here, that's going to be guesswork. But I'm pretty confident I can make the trip back. But hey, we're not on a time crunch anymore. Good news all around. Do some tree trimming here with my tractor cab. All right, and we are looking for a right turn. We'll see it. Let's just hope there's not like a fake out, you know, like a right turn before the one that I think it is, but I think it's probably only the one. Let's go slow here. Yeah, I think it's only the one. Gonna want this view anyway, so we can make sure to navigate it correctly without... Okay, we got to go a little bit through town. I am 99% sure that is not it. Boy, I hope I don't eat those words, but I don't think that's it. I got lost once trying to get here. I don't think it's going to happen again. Oh, come on. No, I remembered there was a crosswalk there. That's how I remembered it, but there wasn't. That was the turn. All right, well, crud. No, that was most definitely it. I'm just gonna say I was wrong. I thought I remembered there being a crosswalk there, and that's what I was looking for. Well, darn it. I've been wrong before. So just add that to the data bank. It's the turn where there is no crosswalk. Now, is this the right turn? Oops, wrong button. I can't see the sign. Yes, this is it. I may not know what the sign says, but I know what the word looks like. We're going to want to pull in. We're going to want to go past it and pull in because, well, currently... I have our trailers configured to unload on the left, so we're going to want to pull in, yeah, right here. Easy does it. And we are going up here to the silos. All that talk about I knew where I was going, we'll just forget that happened. Honest mistake. At least I realized I went too far before I was out of town. Right. All right, let's offload these soybeans. And is that rain I hear? I believe it is. I believe it is the rain. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, that's rain. I see it now. That'd be rain. All right. That is 61% transported. Good stuff. Good stuff. And it's a good thing we've got October 3rd to finish it up. Now, let's get back down At this point here, I will pull up the map to show you, because there's no point in being like belligerent and not showing you the map when I can show it to you. So we're going to go home. We're going to go, when I said the long way around, at this point, now that we're here, we're going back over here. As long as we're already up here, it's easier. This is what I meant, to just keep going up this way around. The only other way back would be to turn back down the road we came on and go up this way. So we're going to keep, yeah, I think it's easier to keep going. We just need to remember this left turn up here. We'll keep an eye out for a left turn around the sorghum field. That's not sorghum, that's oats. That's oats, my bad. Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, but there's nothing planted there right now. Okay, so we're going to hang a left past the edge of the unplanted field. I got this. And we'll just have to watch out for some other various turns I may not know are there. I mean, you know, really kind of what I said, I mean, does stand, though. We get lost. There's no quicker way to learn your way around than to get lost. Alright, let's get back on track here. Whoa, camera's wonky. There we go. Now, just keep an eye on that field on our left there. Well, there'll be a turn up here somewhere. But, you know, these fields are so big. There's... it's always a lot farther to drive than you think it's going to be. So let's see if we can navigate this. I think we'll be fine. Oh, where that car is, that's where we're turning. All right. Now, this road I've only been on one time. When I first moved here to this region, I wanted to I did a loop through the towns, you know, to kind of get an idea of what was where. And it gave me a small idea. Generally, we should be okay if we follow signs to Kandelin. And those yellow diamond looking signs, whatever those are, we don't have those in America, but I know those have something to do with, I think it means something like this is the main road that goes somewhere or something. Maybe one of you guys who lives in Europe can help me out with that. Alright, is this the road? Well, there'll be a sign that says Kandelin. I think this is the road. Set on our turn signal, I think this is it. Either way, it says Kandelin, so this will take us there. Bisdorf, Kandelin. Fast moving traffic. Whoa, truck coming. Yikes. Did I make it? I think so. I think so. Alright. We're home free now. This road, assuming we're on the road, I think we're on, this will take us directly to our farm. Oh, what way are we headed? We're headed west, yeah. Let's look at my compass there. It says bearing is 260. So, there's that. Hey, we got a compass. Wow, that's pretty out here. Look at this. Sunset in the rain. Wow. Okay, this is a beautiful place. I mean, it just is. I would drive home like this, but it's hard to steer and go through the trees and not hit cars. Wow, that is freaking gorgeous. I'm in love with this place. That's all there is to it. And so up here, we should be seeing this shop. But then again, never underestimate the size of these fields. You see, I thought I saw the shop, but I didn't. Our wheat field will be right past that, of course. What's this on the left here that I'm seeing? Is that the... Oh, wow, that's a beautiful little lake over there. A little pond. That maybe is the shop. I probably edited some of that out, and it's just because it was a much longer drive than I thought it'd be. I probably cut some of that out. I was just going in a straight line, nothing to see there. Yeah, that's the John Deere shop there. All right, so we're about home. We left our case tractor up here. I'm gonna get it someplace where it's, I don't know. I just wanted to make sure that it's good sitting where it's at, and we'll continue home. And well, yeah, October 3rd. There's our tractor. I see it. Wow, it's a beautiful evening here. I usually don't farm too far into the night, but when you do, it's often very rewarding. Alright, where's our... Oh, here's our turn. We'll pull off here. There's some traffic that's been dying to pass us anyway. Let's give them a chance to pass us. Yeah, let's at least get the tractor on our property. And I kind of got myself in a position here where... Let's hop out. Ooh, feel the rain. I wasn't sure where I left it. Let's get this guy fired up here. I mean, that's not our property there. I left it parked there because I was having issues with finding something that would run on these crops without destroying them. Well, I think we're just going to leave this here for now. I wanted to make sure it was okay. And why not like that? Well, I got the key out of it. Let's, oops, there we go. Let's get back home. We're good to go home. Of course, the thing is, I got to turn this tractor around now. Yeah, I mean, well, hey, it wouldn't be, where would be the fun if I didn't get myself in another jam? Oh, come on, traffic. And that reminds me, speaking of vehicles that are parked in strange places, we're going to have to cut through here. There's just no way around it. We're going to have to cut through this without hitting his field. My truck is parked at the gas station. I parked it down there a while back. Well, not that far back. I mean, technically, it was earlier today in the game. It was earlier today, technically. When we first went out to that soybean field, I parked the truck at the gas station because I didn't know how, if you saw a couple episodes ago, I didn't know how it was going to be moving the harvester down to that field. I mean, you see how the roads are here, right? It was like 3 episodes ago when we started that soybean field. There's just been a lot going on. Well, you see how these roads are and such like that, and I didn't know how it was going to be moving the harvester down to the field. So I staged our truck down at the gas station, and it's fine where it's at, but I staged it down there because I wasn't sure about moving the harvester there. I thought I might have to put some cones down and block off the roads to get the harvester through. We are home in Kandelin. Turns out it was fine, but yeah, the truck's still parked down there. Alright, so, whoa, there's our slam on the brakes. We're home. Easy does it. Let's get this parked in here. Oh, some funky shadows there. We'll just ignore that. I'll just swing these around and get them parked back where we had them. Well, that was a long day. Always looking forward to a new one. My favorite thing I always look forward to, of course, is seeing what kind of used equipment is available for sale on October 3rd. Alright, so we got home and I actually went to get the truck. Well, I figured let's get the truck home because I got home, I parked the tractor, and realized I had to walk all the way down the street in the rain to get home. So I called for a ride down to the gas station and got our pickup truck this way. Yeah, we got us a nice dry ride home. Already back in our tractor yard, but our house is over here and I didn't want to. Yeah, plus this way, I mean, why leave our truck parked at the gas station if we don't have to? Let's advance into tomorrow, see what things look like, and get back on the job. Well, that was another long day filled with adventure. That was great. Here we are on October 3rd. We got time to finish the contract. Let's get back to the field. So, seen that. Let's get back to our soybean field that we've been harvesting down here. Finish that contract up. Let's see. What's our forecast look like today? Weather forecast for today is sunny all day. We need that. You know, people say that when it rains. Yeah, well, trust me, if you've been working here with me on this farm, we could use a day of sun. Yeah, so November. Yeah, so this is my first winter out here. I don't know how winters are going to be, but if we look at the extended forecast, it's well, it's looking pretty snowy. How much snow? I don't know. You know, is this accurate? It depends. It can change. And how much snow is that? Time will tell. We'll find out. But we could be in for a really fun winter. Might want to be getting us a snowplow and take some take some snow plowing contracts or something. You know, maybe they need some help moving snow. Who knows? I like doing contract work. It makes me feel handy. Well, we know the drive down to the field. I'm going to get down to the field where we left our harvester. And actually, whoa. What on earth am I doing? I'm driving the truck down there. Yeah, well, you see, we need the tippers down there. So I'm going to go back to the tractor farm. Gosh darn it. I'm going to go back to the farmyard and, whoa, not hit pedestrians. I'm going to get our New Holland, and I'm going to hold that down to the soybean field. I will meet you guys down there. All right, here we are back at the field. It always surprises me every time how long that drive actually is. It is, I don't know. That was a good long drive. Let's see, where's a good place to park this? You know, let's park this in a convenient spot. We're not on a time crunch. Let's park this in a more convenient, slightly more convenient spot. See, yeah, coming out here after the rain might have been an issue because here we are at the next day, and now I'm having second thoughts about parking this in the field. Yeah, definite second thoughts about parking this in the field. Well, this is not our field, and I don't want to rut it up. And 30 tons of grain sitting on a field ain't going to do it any favors. Let's get this off the field before we weigh it down, shall we? Yeah, the ground's clearly still wet. I just pulled on the field and whoops. You guys didn't see that. Honestly, I didn't even see that I think that tree had collision, if I'm being honest. Anyway, yeah, let's get this on the road, if you can call this a road. It was doing fine right here. Wow, look at those dark tracks that left through there. Well, we've got to move the harvester through it. Yeah, but we'll be fine. Hey, at least I'm considerate, I try. Now, beautiful October morning in Kandelin. And let's get this harvest finished. Now, I'm trying to think here. There's going to be some left over, of course. There's going to be some left over after the harvest. And you know how it goes. When we're offloading from this contract, the second the contract is finished, it'll take over and start just selling whatever's extra and giving us the profit. At which point I usually stop, hold off, and take it home, store in our silo until it's a better time to sell, right? And of course, soybeans, I'll have to check. I'll check the map. I'll check the price listings here in a minute, but generally, soybeans price is going to peak in June, and I'm not too keen, to wait, 7-8 months to sell soybeans. It depends on, how much we're talking there. Money now might be better than a little more money 7 months down the road, Yeah, it's pretty nice harvesting without, part of the reason I like harvesting is because it can be chill and relaxing, and it's nice to harvest out here with no real worries about, I was so happy when I saw that we had that extra day in October. Boy, this field is long back here. I mean, you'd think I'd know that by now, given how much of the field we've harvested, but it still amazes me every time we get on this eastern end of the field. It's that island of trees way up there. It blocks this part of the field from your view, and you get down here and it's like, man, this field's got an ass on it. Yeah, this field is long back here. Pretty lonely. I'd hate to run out of fuel back here, right? Yeah, it's a long walk to nowhere. There are no roads over there. No, there's no roads over there. The nearest road is, I think, up by that windmill over there. up by the road we took to Bisdorf, and then we'd have to walk all the way back to the tractor. But we're coming back to the tractor. I'm about to have the tractor in sight. Get around these corners here. Just try to get, you know, as much work as we can get done on the way back. Yeah, we got long shadows now, but at least they're morning shadows. There's our tractor. There's our mud splattered tractor. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, those tracks I left there in the field, let's hope that that's not too deep. Let's hope that dries up. All right, so I'm going to go get this loaded into the tractor. And guys, I thank you so much for tuning in here. Another adventure-filled episode. I mean, there's always something here, and it's really fun. You know, there's so many reasons I like farming here. There's lots of fun stuff to come. Trust me when I say next month, I know I can sense something is coming next month. Let's pull up to the front trailer here. Yeah, because I have kind of a silly idea of something I want to try next month in my head, and I kind of know what happens when I get that. If I think an idea might be kind of a stretch, then guaranteed there's going to be some interesting stuff next month. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and don't forget, if you haven't subscribed already, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like watching the videos. And let's try to hit 1,000 subscribers. It'd be really great. Be a big help. And I'll see you guys next time. We'll have this field finished, and we'll be moving into November. And I promise you, there'll be fun stuff then. Thanks a lot, guys.